Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Wednesday, March 13th, 2024. Just lovely and beautiful. This is my pre-market report. So much stuff going on this morning. I don't even know where to start. How about we start with this? It's incredible. I'm laughing here. So we heard from the illustrious Federal Reserve regarding inflation, where it's going. Just yesterday, all right, we got this CPI report. Came in worse than expected. Inflation continues to rise. No shock to you, to me, anybody that follows this blog. This is a game that they are playing. And now the game seems to be taking on yet a new level. So according to the Federal Reserve here, it's going to be, quote unquote, challenging for them to reach their 2% inflation target. Look, as you and I have covered since literally, I don't know, a long time now, this has been a big charade that's been played on the people. And there is no way that, look, as you are well aware of, the Fed has really no intention whatsoever to stop inflating. Where does the central bank's power reside? In just one thing only, people, and that is their ability to inflate. And that it continue to do this by any mechanism or via any mechanism they're allowed to utilize. However, who pays the price? You do, and I do. Where are our loving, caring representatives? They're nowhere to be found. Oh yeah, they are giving the Ukraine another $300 billion weapons package. Oh, that's massively inflationary too. But you're not allowed to know that. Look, this is just disgusting. On top of the fact, think about this. What did we find out yesterday? Every single day here in the United States, we are running about a $9.5 billion deficit. Debts and deficits are going to balloon like you can't possibly believe. Now, there's another factor in here that you and I have spoken about for quite a long time now, and that is this alliance, this BRICS nations alliance being called the anti-U.S. axis. It's astonishing. History may not exactly repeat itself, but it certainly does rhyme in the literal sense. World War II, the Axis versus the Allies, same thing. It's building up right now. So what's going on here with regard to the BRICS nations is we're seeing them now transact in their own currencies. As you and I have, look, this is a no-brainer here. This is what's going on. These nations here, these BRICS nations here, they're sick and tired of what's going on here. And I don't blame them. Do you blame a single nation on earth right now for wanting to sidestep the dollar? I don't. Okay, what is the United States? Well, two. The United States has two export products to the world that seem to be above all others. Number one, well, maybe it's number one. Number one, the United States, via the mechanism of the U.S. dollar, exports inflation to the rest of the world. And they're frankly sick of it. Number two, the United States export product is propaganda. And, no people on this planet are more propagandized than the people that live here. It's an incredible situation. We've lost control on every level that you can dream about, think about, fantasize about, or have a nightmare over. That's a fact. People are being destroyed. The economy is being wiped out. Oh, did you hear this? More corporate layoffs. More corporate layoffs. You remember what we said at the end of last year? Watch what's going to happen this year. I think we nailed that one to the wall. Absolutely. And war, obviously, that's expanding, and we're going to see a lot more of that, especially with this sidestepping of the U.S. dollar here. They will defend, the Federal Reserve will defend the U.S. dollar's reserve status if they have to kill millions and millions of people. That's what they're planning on doing here. And they're going to drag the world into a rat hole of death that you can't even possibly imagine. It's pretty outrageous here. So anyway, another weapons package for the Ukraine. Imagine my shock. This is just another installment. It's just going to go on and on and on. It's going to be in the trillions. You just mark my words here. Between Ukraine, Israel, our own war, and then we are pounding targets all over the Middle East. Did you vote for this? Oh, I didn't vote for that either. For those of you that think that we the people have any kind of power right now, how about we don't? Our votes don't matter. What we say doesn't matter. Nothing. We are a means to an end. We're like cattle. You understand? I think you do. So I was just writing some stuff down here. Again, weapons package. We got more corporate layoffs being announced. The BRICS issue that's going on. How do you feel as an American citizen, understanding that we are running a $9.5 billion deficit per day? This is outrageous. And where are the people? Oh, well, they're worrying about who's going to be the next president that's selected because they think it's going to make a difference. How about it ain't? Is that a word? I don't think so. Anyway, looking over at this beautiful market this morning after another record high yesterday with regard to the S&P 500. Nothing really going on here with regard to actually pretty much all assets. You got stock futures aren't doing too much. Dollar slightly lower. The 10-year yield, okay, a little higher this morning, but the market's been shrugging everything off because it knows what's going on here. Look, let me say this too. As we understand this Federal Reserve here statement that it's going to be challenging. It's going to be challenging for them to hit their 2% target because they have no intention of hitting it. They're going to continue to inflate. But if I were a bond investor, I am not a bond investor, but if I were a bond investor, I would say right now would be the time to do it because we are going to see, regardless of what comes out of the mouth of the Federal Reserve, we're going to see rate cuts. We're going to see rate cuts. One more time, we're going to see rate cuts. So now would be a time to put some cash to work there. If you are so inclined. I want to own this market here. At least until the selection, or maybe right before the selection. We already understand what's going on. CEOs of corporations, multi-billionaire investors, our loving, caring senators who are richer than you can possibly imagine here. They're all dumping stocks because they realize the selection here. Okay, we've already covered this. You know who more than likely appears to be selected as of right now. Could it change? Absolutely. I'm talking about the creature that's sitting behind the Resolute. It's not that it's going to matter at all. Okay, but for the market wants Donald Trump, as we've covered this a million times, but war right now seems to be trumping what the market wants. So, but again, we will cover more of this as we get closer. Remember, what you want, it doesn't matter anymore at all. And if our votes actually counted, we wouldn't be allowed to vote. I mean, this nation has turned into a laughing stock. The whole world today is living under a terrible regime, and that is the collective of central banks who are destroying all of us people. These are the enemy. We are not each other's enemy, and they're going to try to convince you that we are each other's enemy via any mechanism they can. Skin color, religion, age, whatever they can find. They're going to throw at you to make you hate these people because they're really bad because of this reason and whatever it might be. This is a theme that has gone on since the beginning of time. How the few manipulate the minds of men and women. And no greater mechanism other than the propaganda ministry is utilized for that here. Again, they're going to find things and throw things at you that you just, they're going to spin your freaking head around, people. But you see, you and I, we're too smart for that. So what does this mean for you and I? Are we changing a damn thing? No freaking way. We are on the right pathway. We got this covered from every angle. I don't care what they do. I don't care what they throw at us. Okay? We're going to remain ahead of the curve here. But the great extermination, and I'm talking about sincerely, is continuing to go on. The elimination or extermination of the middle class around the world. This neo-feudal system here. The bankrupting of the system so central banks can rule it all here. That's what they're doing here. It's a race to the bottom. You all know that. You got to be so high as a kite to be wanting to be in any kind of a central bank issued note, right? You got to get out. You got to get out of these things here. Convert those cash into these assets. As far as I'm concerned, these are the best things you could own. Silver, in my view, remains the most undervalued asset on the planet Earth. Look, we got to get out of their system, people. They're killing us. Literally, and they're destroying more of us every single day. Debts and deficits ballooning. Our so-called loving, caring representatives licking the feet, sucking the toes of Powell, the Fed chair. They this guy walks on water. He enters the room, and I'm surprised that our loving, caring representatives don't genuflect at the moment he walks into the room. They treat this man like he's God. You can't make any of this stuff up. It's really the truth. All right, look, this guy here loves you a lot from the heart. I mean that. I will see all of you later, 4:05 p.m. Eastern for my live stream. I hope to see you there. We'll cover all this, okay? Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll see you later.